Tonight at 5, students heading to college this semester have two viruses to worry about now. How UW-Madison is working to keep students safe. Plus, animal shelters across the country are at a crisis point right now, nearing or well over capacity. A closer look at why so many families could be giving up their pets. And we're following the latest out of Arkansas after some disturbing video on social media shows the violent arrest of a suspect there. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Back to school preparations at UW-Madison include preparing for and thinking about two viruses which could impact students. The most obvious one, COVID, is the known enemy. UW has a strong plan for that. But now monkeypox is still a big question mark. McKenna Alexander spoke with campus health officials to find out how they're getting ready for both of these challenges. McKenna?
Now, with COVID-19 present on campus for several years now, UW officials have a good grip on how to handle that virus. But with monkeypox now adding to those health concerns, a few more mitigation measures have been put in place to make sure everyone stays safe this semester. When it comes to COVID, UW-Madison's campus should look and feel pretty similar to just a few months ago.
We have a full campaign to promote awareness around both of these issues and remind people about what practices will support their health and well-being.
Relying on what worked this past spring, the school is encouraging but not requiring students take a COVID test before moving into dorms and before the first day of class. Once the semester is underway in early September, students can get at-home tests and high-efficiency masks for free each week.
I think what's really important, the thing that we learned very well over these last couple of years, if you're not well, stay home and really take care of yourself until you're feeling well and are able to return to campus. Masks are never a bad idea, but they're certainly not required.
If a student tests positive for COVID and would prefer to isolate away from their dorm, a limited number of quarantine spaces are also available. For monkeypox, the school feels the risk of contracting it on campus remains low, but students who think they've been exposed should meet with University Health Services.
We have a whole protocol in place to help people be evaluated and determine whether or not they might be eligible for vaccination in that case, or to support them if they have any questions that might happen. But we're well prepared to respond to those needs should that come up for somebody as a concern.
University Health continues to monitor risks for both COVID-19 and monkeypox. To stay up to date, all students and staff are encouraged to check the UHS website each week.
McKenna, thank you. Experts are also urging parents to keep up with their children's vaccinations as they start the new school year. Researchers at the CDC compared state and local immunization programs across the U.S., and they say vaccination coverage during the 2020-2021 school year decreased by about 1%. For all vaccines compared to the year before. To keep vaccine-preventable diseases at bay, pediatricians say parents should keep up with those routine vaccinations. Researchers also say part of the vaccination decrease could be due to the fact that doctors' offices were closed at times during the height of the pandemic.
On top of that, there was a bit of spillover because parents had questions and concerns about the COVID vaccines. They seem relatively new. There were questions about safety and the effectiveness of the vaccines, and there may have been a bit of spillover into the other routinely recommended childhood vaccines. While we have strong evidence that COVID vaccines are safe and effective, there's even more evidence and even longer duration of use of these other vaccines. So we know that they're safe and effective, and they prevent really serious diseases.
Now, CDC researchers also say enforcing vaccination policies and follow-up with under-vaccinated students are key to improving those vaccination rates. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio. Gary?
Boy, what a nice day today. Skies have been sunny, temperatures have been comfortably warm, and the humidity levels have been low. As we start out by taking a look at visible cloud track, we've had lots of sunshine today. You can see the cumulus clouds popping up in the afternoon, very typical for this time of year, but not a drop of rain anywhere around the state of Wisconsin, including the southern part of the state. As we check out dew points, they've come down. They were in the lower 60s yesterday. Now they're mainly in the mid to upper 50s, although Platteville's still at 61 degrees. But as that air dries out, it gets a little cooler at night, and still the possibility exists for some fog, but more patchy in nature. Current temperatures are about as warm as they've been all day. 81 right now in Janesville and in Madison, 81 in Lone Rock, and across Dane County, it's 80 in Deerfield, 79 degrees in out to the west and Cross Plains. Otherwise, look for temperatures to slowly drop into the upper 60s by late evening. Skies become partly cloudy, but at this point, if we're looking at a dry forecast, at least through the next couple of days, but some rain is in the forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday. I'll have the timing on that in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. 3 Arkansas law enforcement officers have been removed from duty after video surfaced of at least 2 of the officers punching and kneeing a suspect during an arrest. Now, we want to warn you, the video you are about to see is very disturbing. At one point, one of the officers also appears to lift the suspect's head and slam it into the pavement. Police responded to a call about a man making terroristic threats against a gas station employee. Randall Worster also allegedly spit on the employee and threatened to cut their face off. Worster then biked to a neighboring town, but police caught up to him. The Crawford County Sheriff in Arkansas told reporters Worster was initially cooperative, but then tried to attack the officers. He was eventually taken to a hospital and later jailed, but this afternoon Worster was released on bond. He is facing numerous charges. Former President Donald Trump's legal team is now considering filing a motion seeking the appointment of an independent official to review evidence collected from his Florida home. They also want a more detailed list of what was taken. During the FBI search, 11 sets of classified documents were seized, including some marked top secret. It came months after a Trump lawyer signed a document stating that all such material had all been returned to the government. Separately, the Justice Department has until Thursday to submit its proposed redactions to the affidavit, which details what led to the search.
They have to go through it not only sentence by sentence and paragraph by paragraph, but word by word. Because every redaction they make, if they don't redact completely, it's going to lead people to speculate.
Well, the DOJ had argued that releasing the full affidavit could compromise its investigations. Following that search of the former president's home, threats against federal law enforcement officials have ramped up. Skylar Henry tells us lawmakers are now calling on social media companies to take immediate action.
The leaders of 2 House panels sent these letters to 8 social media companies, demanding they address threats on their platforms against federal law enforcement officials. There's been a surge in calls for violence following the FBI's search.
I'd say in terms of volume, it absolutely is similar to what we saw in the lead up to January 6th.
Alex Friedfeld tracks extremism with the Anti-Defamation League.
So what are you noticing in terms of trends, whether they hashtag or just conversations, and does that rise to a level of concern for you and your team?
We are seeing widespread calls for civil war. There is this sense on the right that the time for politics is over and it is now the time for bullets.
Last week, authorities arrested 46-year-old Adam B., saying the Pennsylvania man threatened to kill FBI agents. The week before, Ricky Schiffer was killed after attempting to breach the FBI office in Cincinnati. Federal officials say the Ohio man posted a call to arms on former President Trump's social media site, Truth Social, and urged people to be ready for combat. Prior to breaching the FBI office, Schiffer wrote, "If you don't hear from me, it's true. I tried attacking the FBI." Last week, Trump posted about a great simmering anger, but other Republicans are distancing themselves from the tension.
It's completely wrong, right? It's completely wrong, but that's not where 99% of Republicans are at, of course.
House panel leaders have requested a response from the social media companies by September 2nd regarding the number of threats on their platforms and if they're reporting them to law enforcement. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A massive lawsuit has been announced on behalf of those affected by the Robb elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. The $27 billion suit, which is being filed on behalf of the victims, survivors, and their families, alleges multiple law enforcement agencies violated the victims' 14th Amendment rights. The suit also blames gun manufacturer Daniel Defense and Oasis Outback, where the gunman bought the weapon. California civil rights attorney Charles Bonner expects to file the suit in September, when the Department of Defense will have finished its investigation into the events that took place that day. The Biden administration losing one of its most well-known names in medicine. Dr. Anthony Fauci will leave his roles as the director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and chief medical officer to President Joe Biden in December. In his announcement, Dr. Fauci says he's moving into the next chapter of his career. Dr. Fauci's been with the NIAID for 38 years, first joining the institute under then President Ronald Reagan. He became one of the most prominent experts during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Fauci says he is not retiring and will continue to work to help advance science and public health. The Biden administration expected to make a decision on repaying school loans soon. The White House has already extended the pandemic-related pause 4 times, but the frozen payments are set to end August 31st. While some advocates say up to $50,000 should be forgiven, the administration is suggesting a smaller break. Right now, the U.S. has $1.6 trillion worth of student debt. Well, don't let a fairly empty Dane County Humane Society shelter fool you. Shelters in Wisconsin and nationwide are at a crisis point. In fact, about 100,000 extra dogs and cats were sitting in shelters earlier this year. That's according to the Best Friends Animal Society. Shelters say inflation is a main factor right now, but the effects of COVID are also lingering. Many people are unable to afford care for their pets. Others had to move and give up their pets. The Dane County Humane Society just held a largely successful Empty the Shelters event, but had about 100 animals in its care beforehand.
With the economic hardships that are going on right now because of COVID for some people, some of them are finding that they have to move, switch residences, and their residents may no longer allow them to keep their pet.
A lack of staffing, also a huge factor in the overpopulation. We'll tell you how Dane County is dealing with that reality tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Alliant Energy hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony today marking the construction completion of the Bear Creek Solar Project in Richland County. Once operational, the 50-megawatt project will generate enough clean, low-cost energy to power around 13,000 Wisconsin homes when it's at peak capacity. It'll also provide annual lease payments to landowners for decades.
These projects are purpose-built to be a high-quality, low-cost installation for our customers' benefit. The power from this installation goes into the power grid to be used by our customers, and as any of our generating facilities would be used.
The project marks an important milestone for Alliant, whose goal is to build more than 1,000 megawatts of solar power in Wisconsin by next year. Gary has our latest forecast. That's next at 5, and why travel experts say now is the time to book that winter holiday travel. Later, how a new video game is helping solve a major problem impacting millions of people living in Wisconsin. We'll have the details next hour on News 3 Now at 6. And today marked the worst day for the Dow since June, tumbling more than 643 points. The Nasdaq plummets more than 323. The S&P falls 90, and we'll be right back.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames. Shopko Optical.
If Tim Michels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michels.
I'm Scott Peterson, the Peterson Grain Farms, and this is my John Deere. We're a family farm. We raise corn, soybeans. When you walk through their door, you're not a number, you're a name. And they go to their nth degree to get what you need to run your operation. For an example, one night I ate a rock and took the feeder house chain out of our combine. On a Friday night at 8 o'clock, they pulled in to fix that combine, and by 9:30, we were cutting beans again. I'm Scott Peterson of Peterson Grain Farms, and this is why I think Sloan's first.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, get 0% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. It's back to school time. Prep your student for success with a comprehensive eye exam.
Trouble hits animal shelters as they take in more pets than they can care for. We discover a surprising reason for the shift and experience an enthralling life of medicine in a video game. We speak with the developers about their goal to reach young adults. That's tonight at 6.
Imagine a world without breast cancer. What if you were the one more we needed to raise one more dollar, take one more step, share one more story? The power of one starts with you. Join us for the More Than Pink Walk, August 28th.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The airline industry is still recovering from this chaotic summer, but some travel experts say now is the time to book your holiday travel. Scott Keys is the founder of travel site Scott's Cheap Flights, and he says you can score hard-to-find deals right now for your winter holiday trips. Some experts say there's reason to be optimistic when it comes to the cost of airfare. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, average airline fares fell sharply in July compared to June, nearly 8%.
I think there's reason to suspect that it's going to continue to fall further, in large part because the summer wave, when travel is at its peak, is largely behind us now.
He also says if you already know where you're traveling, do your research, track flight prices to get alerts when there's a price drop, and keep in mind prices could soar the longer you wait. Heavy rain causing power outages at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport this afternoon. Torrential downpours, flash flooding. It's threatening at least 13 million people from Arizona all the way over to Louisiana, including much of the state of Texas. Elise Preston reports from New York.
A local journalist in the Dallas-Fort Worth area pulled driver Stephanie Carroll from her car early Monday after heavy rain flooded the road.
I thought I was going to die. I was just panicking because I just wanted to get out of my car and get out of the water. I wanted to get my car out of the water, but it's clearly gone.
Since the torrential rain started coming down across North Texas Sunday evening, police say they responded to nearly 100 water rescues and more than 300 crashes. This video shows 2 feet of murky water filling an apartment in East Dallas.
Oh boy, look at that, look at that.
Floodwaters also rushed through the streets in Moab, Utah, as patrons pushed their way out of knee-deep water and partially submerged restaurants.
The city just declared a state of emergency.
In Utah's Zion National Park, crews are searching for a 29-year-old woman who hasn't been seen since flooding started Friday.
The family has been in the park, and we're working to support them as they go through all this with all of us.
Back in the Texas area, additional rainfall and flash flooding are possible over the next few days. Elise Preston, CBS News.
Now, the National Weather Service says much of the rainfall will be beneficial due to the effects of the ongoing drought, but I'm not sure they wanted quite this much. Meteorologist Gary Canalti looking at how much rain they've got down there, Gary.
Yeah, you know, that's a problem with climate change. You either have too little or too much, and there's not a lot in between. But take a look at these Doppler radar rainfall estimates just over the last 48 hours. A large area east of Dallas-Fort Worth into parts of northwestern Louisiana, east of Shreveport, saw between 5 and 10 inches of rain, and then also that same amount right over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So, I mean, this, you know, you have that much rain over an urban area where it can't soak into the ground because you have a lot of concrete and roads. That's why you have flash flooding. Areas that are more rural, that water could eventually work its way into reservoirs, and that's good news there. But even, you know, farther to the north, another area of about 3 to 6 inches of rain over toward Wichita Falls, Texas, and into parts of southern Oklahoma. And then you go southwest of Dallas, and there were areas that saw almost no rain at all. So there were the haves and the have-nots, at least for Dallas right now. The showers and thunderstorms now moving to the south and east, and they will start to dry out for a little while. We're definitely the have-nots for right now. There's not a drop of rain across the upper Midwest, and will probably stay that way for the next day or two. But there could be some patchy fog tonight, and 3 things you need to know. Maybe tomorrow night as well. Shouldn't be very widespread or dense. Dry weather for tomorrow and for Wednesday as well, with high temperatures in the lower 80s. But we'll see some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances begin Wednesday night and last into Thursday. That's our next chance of rain. High temperatures over the next 10 days. A little above normal for the next couple of days, a little below normal for Thursday and Friday, back above normal for next weekend and into the start of next week, and then a little more significant drop in temperatures, maybe highs in the lower 70s toward the middle and latter part of next week. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for near normal temperatures here, still above normal temperatures to our north and west and in the eastern portion of the country, below normal temperatures where they've had the rain in parts of Texas. Of course, that moisture as it evaporates forms clouds, and that will limit the temperatures there a bit. We'll also see above normal rainfall from the southern portion of the United States through the southeast, but much of the northern part of the United States, including Wisconsin, seeing below normal precipitation. Out in the Pacific Ocean, very quiet weather pattern all the way from the central Pacific Ocean into the western part of our country and much of the nation's midsection. So without any big active weather systems, we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation in the near term. Planning for tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, temperatures upper 50s, 59 for the overnight low in Cottage Grove, 56 in Roxbury. Look for temperatures to also be in the mid to upper 50s through much of southern Wisconsin overnight. Milwaukee, one of the warmer spots at 64, La Crosse at 60, 57 in Lone Rock. But for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, a warm day, high temperature topping out at 81 degrees. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, 82 on Wednesday, thunderstorms from Wednesday night into Thursday, then look for dry weather for Friday and Saturday. Next chance of thunderstorms as humidity starts to ramp up later on in the weekend into the early part of next week, and then those temperatures dropping back a little bit as we dry out, high temperatures in the lower 70s toward the middle part of next week. As we check out first warn traffic right now, things looking pretty good on the roads. This is I-39, 90, and 94 at Wisconsin 19. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions there. No problems on the Beltline, I-39, 90, 94. Other than a slowdown just past I-94. Bit of a drop-off in speeds there. Otherwise, on the Beltline, about 15 minutes either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. 24 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90. A quick 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 will take you 19 minutes. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And coming up, when is the right time to get your child a phone? We'll see what the experts have to say when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.89% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from, and the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Welcome! Hi.
Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The American Academy of Pediatrics and AT&T are collaborating to help families decide when and if their children are ready for a phone. The AAP wants to help people create healthy media habits through multiple tools, including questionnaires. Now, it asks whether the guardian trusts their child's judgment when they're not around to gauge whether a family is ready to expand their child's world into the realm of technology.
People have used like parent controls and other sort of monitoring technology, but that's not the only answer. A lot of it's going to be about saying to your kids, hey, show me your digital world. Show me what games you play or what YouTubers you follow, and have healthy conversations.
Media use among kids and teens has jumped since the start of the pandemic. On average, teens spend over 8.5 hours a day on screens, according to Common Sense Media. The doctor says it's important to control tech and enjoy it, not to let it control you or your children. Some toy makers are looking to reduce their carbon footprints by cutting back on plastic packaging. For one brand, switching from plastic to paper packaging eliminates 3 metric tons of plastic that would otherwise become waste. Some toy makers are even looking to make packaging that can be reused as a form of storage for the toys. The move is a response not only to climate change, but also consumer calls for companies to reduce their contributions to it.
This is a trend we're seeing in the toy industry and overall, and it's something that consumers really respond to.
Though some companies are taking a bit of a hit to their profits with the more expensive and sustainable packaging, they are willing to do it. Despite the growth in green practices by toy makers, there's still a need for innovation to make the toys themselves, many of which are plastic, 100% biodegradable in the coming years. Well, new research suggests dogs might become teary-eyed when reunited with their owners after periods of separation. Japanese scientists found dog tears are linked to emotions. Now, this is something not previously known. To investigate this link, researchers performed tests measuring the amount of tears among 18 dogs a minute before and after being reunited with their owners after 5 to 7 hours of separation. Now, the same test was conducted with dogs being reintroduced to people they know. The study, published in the journal Current Biology, found the amount of tears only increased when they were reconnected with their owners. A final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
At Bachman Pools and Spas, we have 25 hot tubs on display.
Several models available for immediate delivery.
For a limited time, all new hot spring spas come with a revolutionary freshwater salt system for free.
That's a $1,200 value.
You owe it to yourself to experience soft, natural, healthy water.
Hurry in to take advantage of special 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, get a free freshwater salt system.
Relax, it's Bachman's.
Get 11% off everything for your garage now at Menards. Finish cleaning up your garage with help from Shop Vac. This 5-gallon stainless steel wet dry vac can tackle the toughest messes, wet or dry. Save 11% on all Shop Vac products. Be sure to check out our great selection of automotive products. Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil delivers superior engine protection to keep your engine running its best. All Valvoline Motor Oil is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're two peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, wild weather as torrential downpours leave drivers stranded in flash flooding in the south. And the warning tonight that there may be more storms on the way. Plus, as kids are heading back to school, parents are getting a lesson in inflation. We'll tell you the ways to save money and how this good boy is now a good luck charm for this minor league team. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And Gary's back. One final check of the forecast.
Never had a dog take our pass.
I've seen those.
Baseball, yeah. Well, nice weather out there right now. The live view from the WISC Skycam looking to the east. Lots of sunshine here. Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam looking to the west. Plenty of sunshine there. Temperatures right now, upper 70s to the lower 80s. The warmer spots, Lone Rock, Madison, Janesville, all at 81 degrees right now. In Dane County, 79 degrees in Sauk City and 79 in Cross Plains.
All right, Gary, thanks. CBS Evening News coming your way next. We're back in 30 minutes.